All right, now with isometric, which we discussed as 30 degree, 30 degrees. So this is 30 and that is also 30. This is your isometric. Now with this, you also have two more views. One is called planometric and you have another one which is called axonometric. Okay, now in planometric, what happens is if this is your base and that's your starting point, you will go 45, 45. So 45 degrees here, 45 degrees here. And if you can see this, which obviously you can, but if I look at a square and I say this is 90 degree on each side, and then I just turn the orientation of this and I make it look like a diamond, but still a perfect square. So these remain 90 degrees each. And I take this as the baseline. If this point is supposed to be 180 degrees, which means on the top also it's 180 degrees, and I know the center is 90, then I'm left with 45, 45 on either side. So that is something that you'll have to keep in mind, because if they ever say planometric and they say 45 degrees this way and 45 degrees this way, actually you are constructing a square. And if they ever ask you to construct a circle within the square, that's easy. You take the side bisectors, find the center, take that as the radius and construct the circle. So it's got nothing new about it. The only thing here they have changed is the orientation of the square, and therefore it looks off. But unlike the isometric square where you have to find the side bisectors, figure out the radius to figure the circle, you don't have to do all that. You just find that center, you take the radius and you just turn it around and you'll get a circle. So depending upon the shape that they have given and depending upon which style of drawing they have asked for or projection, you will create the polygons. In isometric, the shape is still kind of mellowed down because it's not a huge angle of elevation. In planometric, the angle of elevation is pretty high. And sometimes they also mention something called axonometric, where what happens is that if this is the base, one side is going to be 30 degrees, but the other side is going to be 60 degrees. So any shape that you then need to construct will need to be constructed in this. So usually axonometric is given without curves. So simple shapes. So if let's say you need to construct a house, they may choose to give you axonometric to create this. They may choose to give you the same thing in planometric, but in planometric they may also say that okay, we need a semicircle somewhere, and it's not difficult to work with. In isometric, however, they can play around. Also, one thing that you have to keep in mind, sometimes axonometric and planometric, if they haven't given you a shape to start off with, it is okay if you give them 45, 45, because there are a lot of places where, and even if you Google, you'll realize that planometric, they may choose to call it this or this. And same way for axonometric also. So usually to students, they do give that freedom to draw it either at 45, 45 or at 30, 60. But sometimes they may also choose to mention with an incomplete drawing what is it that they are looking for. So just keep the protractor handy, see which one they have given. If they've given something to go by as a reference, then obviously you go ahead with that style. But if they have given neither, then you can work with whichever one you are comfortable.